Unlock the secret of trigonometric with our comprehensive tutorial. In this video, we delve into the fundamental of right triangles, exploring how to solve for missing angles using the opposite and adjacent side. Join us as we talk through a step-by-step example demonstrating the application of a trigonometric function such as sine, cosine, arctan. Whether you are a student brushing up for a math skills or curious learner eager to explore beauty of mathematics and physics, this tutorial is perfect for you. Let's assume we are given this kind of problem that says for the right triangle side as shown, and we are asked to find the value of x and the angle. How can we solve this problem? Starting with the first problem, the longest side, this is our hypotenuse. And the opposite side here is our opposite, that is the angle direct facing the angle theta is our opposite, and down here is our adjacent. In this case, in order for us to find the length of the adjacent side, we can simply use the Pythagoras theorem, which states that the right angle triangle, the square of the length of the hypotenuse, which is the longest side, is equal to the sum of the square of the length of the other two sides. Mathematically expressed as, if we have 6.20 to the power of 2 is equivalent to 3.50, which is for the opposite side, to the power of 2, plus in our adjacent side, we only have x. We're going to give it square root also. 6.20 to the power of 2, this is simply going to be 38.44. And 3.50 to the power of 2, this is simply going to be 12.25. X to the power of 2 is still going to be x to the power of 2. Now, next thing we need to do is to isolate x by subtraction 12.2 from both sides. In this case, we can just put it this way by writing x to be the source of the formula. This is simply going to be 38.44 minus 12.25. And x squared, this is simply going to be 26.19. For us to get rid out of the square root, x is simply going to be the square root of 26.19. And if you control that on your calculator, this is simply going to be 5.12. And this is the value of our x. What about the next one? That asks us to find. Okay, in this case, if you ask to find the angle in a right angle triangle when the length of the opposite and the adjacent side are given, first thing you need to do, or you can use the tangent function to solve this problem, which is the second one. We said we can use the tangent function. The tangent of an angle in a right angle is equal to the ratio of the length of the opposite side to the length of the adjacent side. Given the opposite, we are given the opposite here to be y and the adjacent, which is here, to be x. And we are given our angle here, which is 36 degrees. And we said we are going to use the tangent function to solve this problem. In this case, we are going to have tan theta is simply going to be y divided by x. Because tan theta is 2, which is opposite all over adjacent. And our opposite is y, adjacent is x. So, in this case, we are given our theta, which is the angle, which is simply going to be 36 degrees. So given that the tangent of the angle is equal to the ratio of the length of the opposite and the adjacent side, next thing we need to do is to solve for theta. In this case, we can set our theta is simply going to be arctan of y divided by x. Next thing we need to do is to substitute our value. And this is simply going to be tan. It's going to be arctan of y divided by x. Therefore, tan or arctan or tan inverse of opposite divided by the adjacent is simply going to be the tan of what? Y divided by x. Given the hypotenuse to be 7.10 and the angle, let's put it this way. Our hypotenuse is given to be 7.10 and our angle is what? Is 36 degrees. Next thing we need to do is to use the trigonometric ratio to find x and y. How can we solve that problem? First, we need to find x using the cosine function. In this case, we can set cos 36 degrees is simply going to be x divided by 7.10. Making x to be the source of the formula, this is simply going to be 7.10 multiplied by cos 36. And the value of x is simply going to be 5.69. This is it for this problem. But what if you want to find y using the function, or using the sine function? In this case, we are simply going to have sine 36 degrees, which is going to be y divided by 7.10, which is the same thing as saying making y to be the square root of the formula multiplied by 7, which is equal to 7.10 multiplied by sine 36 degrees. In this case, if you solve everything on your calculator, you're going to end up with the value of y is going to be 4.27. So at this point, we cannot find, at this point we have both our x and y, we cannot find the angle of theta. For us to find the angle of theta, this is simply going to be tan inverse of what? We are going to divide the y by x, which is y divided by x, which is the same thing as saying tan inverse or arctan 4.27 all divided by 5.69. If you do that, our theta is simply going to be 36 degrees. So the angle is confirmed to be 36 degrees. So this is it for this problem. Thank you for watching, and I really hope that you find this video helpful and useful. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.